song. And I introduced him to Junie Fisher. Junie was a Western singer, not country and Western, but Western style. And they started dating. So they had a real nice thing going there for about 6 months. And she went to visit her mother in California and sends him back a very loving postcard. Oh, I miss you with this and that, all the important things one should be saying. And then about a week later he gets another one and he said, this could have been written by Sears and Roebuck. He says, and he holds it up and he says, you know, it's not there, it's just not there. And, but once there wasn't us. I said, Paul, there's a song in there.
You wrote.
And we wrote this. I've got pictures, quite a few, of the better days of me and you. Cards and letters, you to me, show so clearly how it used to be. Once there was in us once before it turned to dust. Once upon a dream, things were they seemed. Once there was in us same old cafe, same old booze, but now there's me with the awful truth. Same old jukebox knows the words. Nothing's new except the hurt. Once there was in us before it turned to dust. Once upon a dream, things were what they seemed. Once there was in us. We were younger with a hunger that never would end. United, excited, but this is now. That was then once there was in us. Once before it turned to dust. Once upon a dream, things were what they seemed. Once there was an us. Once there was an us.
You and Paul wrote that?
Baton Rouge to the streets of Baltimore, from Charleston to Cleveland, our most uncivil war. From Selma to Montgomery, Bloody Sunday was lost. Step into the troubles, there's more bridges to be crossed. Tear down the walls that stand between us. Tear down the walls that close us in. Tear down the walls that divide us. Before we build the bridges, we must tear down the walls. From Cape Town to Johannesburg, from Belfast to Berlin, a Tuscaloosa schoolhouse where the governor stepped in. From a motorcade in Dallas, a hotel kitchen in LA, from a balcony in Memphis, our dream must not slip away. Tear down the walls that stand between us. Tear down the walls that close us in. Tear down the walls that divide us. Before we build the bridges, we must tear down the walls. It's hate that builds the barriers, hate buys the brick and stone. When we break the bonds of hatred, walls will fall down on their own. From a nightclub in Orlando, a siege on Rainbow Pride, the voices of our children have helped to turn the tide. From the borders of El Paso, another great divide. When we walk across together, it doesn't seem so wide. Tear down the walls that stand between us. Close us in. Tear down the walls that close us in, divide us. Tear down the walls that divide us. Before we build the bridges, we must tear down the walls. Before we build the bridges, we must tear down the walls.
That's great. I'm curious, we got to hear how Greg's song was born when someone had said something. Hey, there's a song. How did that come from? Something you heard or read or?
Elijah Cummins. I might have them backwards. Jesse Jackson and Eliza Cummings. There were quotes shortly after
That's
the Pettus Bridge recreation, and one of them said, "We need to tear down." He said it the other way. We need to tear down the walls, whatever. And the other was, "There's still bridges to be crossed."
That's great.
But I mean.
Yeah, so you knew right then you had.
Having just watched the Pettus Bridge recreation, which was moving enough. Yeah. It was Elijah Cummins who said there's still more bridges to be crossed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, you just got to keep the antenna up.
Yeah.
And I think that this song is done, but I'm not totally positive that it's done. So if you have any input, that would be great. I was just 19 when I met Edith, talking to her roses in the rain. The cotton flowered shirt and baggy blue jeans, tattered yellow hat, it's seen better days. She had milky eyes and failing vision, worn, wrinkled face, and a touching, toothless smile. There was something about the way she could look into you, see right to your better side. Edith lost her man in the Great Depression. She outlived her children and her friends. For 50 years or more she planted roses, and all her neighbors swore she'd gone around the bend. I was just learning to be a woman. She was 60 years or more beyond me on that road. There was something about the way she talked to roses that made perfect sense to my soul. Edith had a brilliant, blazing mind. She believed her life's work was learning to stay kind. She walked in a world beautiful and wild, and she loved the faith, pure as a child. Edith said she knew folks thought her crazy. She wasn't one to set 'em right. Edith said that closed minds are just lazy. She was careful about who she'd choose to fight. I said, but Edith, you talk to roses. She said, be careful now if you're judging what you see. 'Cause I've not spent my years talking to roses. Well, I've been talking to God. God's been talking to me. Edith had a brilliant, blazing mind. She believed her life's work was learning to stay kind. She walked in a world beautiful and wild, and she loved faith, pure as a child. She walked in a world beautiful and wild, and she loved faith, pure as a child.
Yeah.
Tell me the backstory.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I kind of like hearing the stories after the song.
Yeah.
called Watauga College, and it was instead of having classes like English 101, History 101, American Literature, we had classes like Love was one of my classes, and Spaceship Earth was one of my classes, and I had a class, Odysseys, Heroes, Egos, and Odysseys, Heroes, something in Trips, Ego or Otherwise. That we read 13 novels in that class in one semester, so it was not, anyway, my dad called it touchy-feely school. And so I took a class at what was called Rural America, and we were sent out into the community around Boone to interview people, to find older people and interview people about their lives and all that. So I got assigned to Edith, who lived out in the kind of down this road, curvy road. And when you came to her house, you went around, and when you came to her, the house was down off the road, little mountain house. And you came around the curve, and there was this huge wall of roses. She had this huge arbor in her front yard, and they were huge. They were, it was just, maybe I was littler then, so it's not, in my mind, in my memory, they were really, really big. And she was she was very, very, very intelligent, but she was a little bit off kilter, a little bit. But she talked to the roses like they were people, and she had a little step ladder, and she'd go out there and she'd climb up on. She had a fisticuff battle. She said that's the only way you can get rid of these. She called them June bugs, but they were beetles. The June bugs, they'll eat up my roses, and she'd climb up on there and she'd pull them out by hand and smash them up and rip them up, throw them down on the ground. And she was just really, really amazing. And then I learned her story. And her husband died during the Depression, and she had lost all of her children, and she still was just so positive. She was one of those people like my friend Crystal, who you'd have these terrible, cranky, ill-tempered people, and they'd come up and be ugly and all that and walk away, and she'd say, "Didn't her hair look nice today?"
That's great.
So that's the backstory for this.
That's neat.
It had a really, really positive influence on me, and just the way that she really was talking, because I said that to her, people think you're a little bit crazy because you're out here talking to these roses out here, and she said, she was like, it just looks like I'm talking to roses. You just be careful. Sometimes you don't don't believe what don't judge what you see all the time. She said, I'm not talking to the roses, I'm talking to God. God's been talking, he talks to me all the time. And she had a really, this conversation, it was just very, very intimate conversational relationship with God. It was really pretty amazing.
I'm going to introduce this because it was a prompt word, and it was key. And I was writing all these corny songs like Key of Life, Key of Love, and just wasn't getting anywhere. My phone rings, and it was the winery I played at the night before. They said, "Tim, did you leave some keys here?" It's been a problem my whole life. Well, you swore, you set him down. Where you? Oh, I forgot to say there's an F-bomb here, but because you know how to rhyme, you'll know when it's coming. Well, you swore, you set him down. Where you always do. But you got so distracted. Now you haven't a clue. Swore you, let's see, they weren't, oh jeez. They weren't in the couch. But you found the remote. Now you get to check all pockets and coats. There are times you have found them in the front door lock. Now you're looking in the garbage, even under that rock. You just had them, they were just in your hand. Now you get to look it up everywhere you can. Oh, me and like a dumbass when you go to leave the store. The cashier says, forget something? Then she rubs it in some more. She says, don't think you'll get far if you don't have your keys. Could I not say it louder to me? Oh, me and keys, we don't get along. That's how it always has been. And I believe it will say on my tombstone someday. I think I lost the damn keys again. There was one key for the front door, the other for the truck, but it hasn't run in so long, I don't give a shit. That's better than fuck. But I've had enough. I lost my damn keys and that sucks. Oh, me and keys, we don't get along. That's how it always has been. And I believe we'll see on the tombstone someday. I think I lost my damn keys. I always lose my damn keys. I think I lost my damn keys again.
So this was a song that I wrote very shortly after John Prine left us. And the idea was to, but what I'll do sometimes is I'll try to write songs in the style of somebody I admire. And John Prine was certainly one of those people. And if you want to know more about it, you can ask me after I get done, I guess. But let me say this about it too. When I started working on it, I had an idea, and I said, okay, how would John Prine sing this? And I just played something and I sang it, and it was like the melody was something that I don't think I would have come up with normally, but it was really like perfect. So this is what I came up with. It's called An Ambivalent Man. She said, boy, don't you love me? He said, I don't know. She said, why do you stay then? He said, I don't wanna go. She stared at him across the table over their coffee, toast, and jam. It's hard to know sometimes what to say to an ambivalent man. She said, what are you thinking? He said, life is hell. She said, boy, won't you talk to me? He said, nothing to tell. He's sailing on the sea of silence, while she's stuck there in sand. At sea is the perfect hiding place for an ambivalent man. And he rides his whole life on the edge of a wagon wheel. He is up, then he's down, round and round, till she doesn't know how to feel. He said, I'm off to work then. She said, have a good day. He said, see you later. She said, well, okay. He leaves and she cleans up the dishes, decides she'll stay long as she can, until she's sure her love is lost on an ambivalent man. And oh, it's hard to be in love with an ambivalent man.
Wow.
Fairly, yeah, that's when I wrote. This is a little over 5 years ago, because John Prine died a little over 5 years ago, or 6 years, whatever it is.
I love that song.
Thank you.
You know, I think that's a good example. I mean, it was really fun to listen to those AI tunes to read the lyrics that you, but I don't think that can do that.
No way.
Right.
That is really interesting and a different approach, a different angle to the
Conversation.
Yeah, it is.
It's point of view.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just brilliant, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm starting to really not like Adam.
I know, right?
No, I'm starting to just love it. That's fantastic.
Okay. All right, so like I said, again, just like the other one, I have no idea. I wrote this a long time ago. It was in the context of a workshop that John Besner was leading, and it was in an art gallery.
Judy, did you get it?
And we had been working for a while, like doing some stuff, and he said, well, let's do a writing exercise. And he was walking around the room, and there was a painting on the wall, and it said playing with color, and he wanted us to write to the title. And this came out just like this. So it's seen no editing or feedback beyond go home and put that to a melody, was what he told me to do. But so anyway, I don't know, I kind of think of it as something that kids might like, but you might know better about that. Or maybe, again, it was a writing exercise and I did it and that was good enough, you know? So it doesn't matter, whatever y'all say.
Yeah, I just love writing so much that just doing a writing exercise is fulfilling to me. I love it. Yeah.
Finding that first note is good. Okay. 6 colors on a palette, plus white and black. 1 brush, 1 canvas, there's no going back. All the colors of the world exist in this space. So go ahead and do it and play with color. Paint a tree, but make it purple. Paint a rose and make it green. Paint a rainbow from orange to yellow. Find finding the shades in between. Black will make it deeper, white will make it bright, red might make it meaner, and that'll be alright. There's no way to do it wrong, and there's nothing to lose. So go ahead and do it and play with color. Paint the sky, but make it yellow. Paint the sun, but make it blue. Paint a turkey and a chicken. Make one pink and one chartreuse. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The world is one big canvas, and you're a work of art. So go ahead and do it and play with color.
All right. I like what, on the paper you have the end, get messy.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to sing it that
that's
way.
a really good word.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's like. It's like, don't be afraid to dive in.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part for perfectionists, and we're all guilty of this, is that you get your canvas and you go, oh, I don't want to mess it up. Well, the only way you can learn is to mess it up. You got to jump in and do everything wrong. You got to do it wrong for many, 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 many times before something starts to work. It's just the way it is.
Same with songs.
Exactly what I was going to say. And so, yeah, like you said, same with songs. So I'm curious, was there a class of people? And he had everybody write a song?
To the title.
Do you remember what some of the other songs were about?
I really don't.
Because it'd be curious to know how. I've thought about doing that with the classes, is to get one title or one theme and see.
That'd be awesome.
It would be curious to see how everybody would handle it, and if there would be, obviously some would be similar, but there would be somebody that twisted it in a way that somebody else didn't. So that's why I asked. I just wonder if it was worth. Do you remember it being worth having the whole class enjoying that, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody was mad at me that I wrote it that fast. Like they were like, "You did that just now." I was like, "Yeah, never happened
don't
before.
call me AI
Hasn't
for
happened
nothing."
since." But I just remember John getting down right in front of me, and he was just like, "You know, if you can do it once, you can keep on doing it that way."
You're right. Yeah, you just got to go out after it. That's really great.
So, Bruce and I used to go to Nashville. When we first started going, Bruce would always go with me, and that was wonderful. And we were trying to get somebody to listen to my songs, and I was kind of a newbie at the whole thing. And but we had. Anyway, long story short, we ended up in Mac McAnally's recording studio so that Bruce could give him a microphone, because he found out that Mac McAnally really likes his old ribbon,
Ribbon mic.
Yeah. And so anyway, so while we were waiting to
I like him
see
too.
Mac McAnally, just to give him, not for anything, except to just meet him and just tell him that we really liked him. I got into a conversation with the secretary of the recording studio thing. She was this woman who'd evidently been in Nashville for a very long time. And she told us the story about Elvis. What?
She knew everybody.
She did. She knew everybody. And so she told me the story about Elvis. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to write this song and make it factual. And so this is my Elvis song. It's all. Maybe a little bit. You want to give that a take? funny story. In a Nashville studio, seems Elvis and his buddies had just finished up a show, and them boys were getting hungry, so they found a place to eat. And Elvis said, "You go ahead, I'm staying in the back seat."
Oh yeah.
He said, "I'm scared I'll start a riot just as soon as I'm inside. You fellas go on in, I'm gonna stay right here and hide. Just bring me back some chicken, some green beans, and some ham. And if anybody asks, don't you tell them where I am. I think of Elvis in the backseat, king of rock and roll, crouched down on the floorboard, hidden head to toe. A prisoner of his kingdom, what a way to live. Elvis in the backseat, famous fugitive." Now he had lots of money and he sure had lots of fame. He was a household item, everybody knew his name, and all his fans adored him, they loved to hear him sing. But I can't help believe that ain't no way to treat a king. I think I Elvis in the backseat, king of rock and roll, crouched down on the floorboard, hidden head to toe. A prisoner of his kingdom, what a way to live. Elvis in the backseat, famous fugitive. Yeah. He had that jet black hair, he had those dark bedroom eyes, he had swivel in his hips, sex electrifying. He had Tupelo honey lips, so he could love you tender. He had any girl he wanted, man, they all surrendered to Elvis in the backseat, king of rock and roll, crouched down on the floorboard, hidden head to toe. A prisoner of his kingdom, what a way to live. Elvis in the backseat, famous fugitive. He was a big, big star, hiding in a car. Yeah, he was known throughout the land, yeah, running from his fans. Oh man, I think of Elvis in the backseat. Everybody say, Elvis in the backseat. Elvis in the backseat. They tried to keep it secret. It was Elvis in the backseat.
That's great. That's really, really great. That sounds like, I mean, that's the kind of song that would work in any situation. If people are even slightly bored, I'll listen. It's always good to have one that you know will get them to pay attention, and that's your get them to pay attention song.
That was a
great.
fascinating story.
No kidding.
Poor guy.
He's the prisoner of his own device.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really, really
You're so
great.
fun to watch. And because you're animated in such a natural way, I love it. It's really great.
Laura, do you get the opportunity to perform much these days in person?
I haven't, but it's just because of my mom. So now
Yeah.
I will be able to.
But you used to do more of that,
I
right?
used to do it. That was what I did.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I
But
was
in
gonna say, 'cause you seem like
Charleston-
it just naturally that's what you do.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. Although when I play in Charleston, my favorite gig is playing jazz standards.
Oh, nice.
Background music where I'm like sonic wallpaper and I smile
That's
and
you like doing that.
more money.
Well, yeah.
I mean that's the true reason.
But yeah, okay. I was just curious.
More money.
That's the
Oh. I don't know if you've ever had a relationship where it sort of falls apart because the party of the second part decides that she really needs to be somewhere else. It's just like, this town is dead.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I gotta get out of here. This is about one of those. Went to sleep last night when all the lights were out. Thought I saw you in my dream. What was that about? Well, we had shrimp and grits, just like our first date.
then you lost your appetite. You're hard to touch your plate. Well, you know I understand why you had to go. If I could hold your hand, you know I'd tell you so. Everything's incredibly wonderful somewhere. Haven't seen the pictures, but I know it's true. Hope you found that love you share. Everybody needs that, I know I do. Couldn't watch you leave. No, I just closed my eyes. Didn't feel deceived. Didn't even cry. And though I miss those times, in my heart I know what was on your mind, what was on your mind was you just had to go. Everything's incredibly wonderful somewhere. Haven't seen the pictures, but I know it's true. Hope you found that love you share. Everybody needs that, I know I do. Everybody needs that, I know I do. Went to sleep last night when all the lights were out. Thought I saw you in my dream. What was that about?
It's fun to have a song where you get to the end and it just feels right to recapture that first line or two of the song. And every once in a while when that happens, like, oh, that works really good. I love that.
Yeah.
And sometimes there'll be somebody who forces it and just goes, no, don't do that. But when it's right, it's really satisfying.
I never have the intention to do that
No.
until I get to the end of the song. When I'm writing it and I go, oh yeah, that's what I got to sing there.
You can tell it has to come around.
Yeah.
I like when that happens.
Didn't do it earlier today. And whenever I have the opportunity, I do like to try out this song because I don't play it out. I think I've played it once at the open mic in Charlottesville because I trust everybody. They're all songwriters I know. And then when it was over, a mom who is one of the really good songwriters in Charlottesville, I taught her son, like, wow, 30 years ago maybe? And, maybe not like that. But she came up and gave me a big hug because this is about child abuse, and that is a very hard thing to write about. And so it's called, it's from a prompt that was, the prompt was regrets. And I thought about the regrets that I have, and I think one of my philosophies is that I learn from everything that happens to me, good or bad, and even if it's bad, I don't regret it because I've learned something from it. But this particular thing, I don't think I do feel this is one of my strongest regrets, is that I couldn't help more children in my career. Because, do I need a case on this? So anyway, it's not something I would play out, but I still want to make it, I want it to be its best self. I can start. And April, it says 2 and 20, or April. April was the one child who did come to me to tell me what was going on with her. And all of my students, just one person. And I've taught so many children, 36 years times 20. That's a lot of kids, and only one child felt strong enough to come tell me what was going on. And this was a 6-year-old. When all the tender-aged children gather round at story time, it was my favorite time of day as a teacher. Sweet faces shining up at me, I've been so blessed by the light of 600 dreamers. 2 and 20 of these beautiful angels kept a secret too frightening to share. And only one child in all of my 30 treasured years let me in to hold her hand to show I care. For all the other precious young ones who didn't know how or what to say, I'm sorry that I wasn't there to keep you safe. I pray you found someone to trust along the way. 2 and 20 of these beautiful angels kept a secret too frightening to share. Only one child in all of my 30 treasured years let me in to hold her hand, show I care. If trust is in a box and the box has a key, I'll hold the key close to my heart tenderly. Then I'll tie it around your neck with a pure white satin bow, not to open until you're ready. Then we'll turn the key together, oh so gently. 2 and 20 of these beautiful angels kept a secret too frightening to share. But only one child in all of my 30 treasured years let me in to hold her hand to show I care. Let me in to hold her hand to show I'm there.
Now, I don't know what kind of critique to give you.
I think my concern is all those numbers are too distracting. I think that's what I worried about, but the numbers are actually important in a way.
Yeah,
It shows the so few who tell, so maybe there's a way to show how few children tell someone, but without getting all the numbers. I don't know.
Those 4 lines don't confuse me.
Really?
2 and 20 of these beautiful angels kept a secret too frightening to share, but only one in all my 30 treasured years let me hold her hand.
I didn't.
That didn't confuse me
I
at all.
understood that.
Okay.
I understood that.
Yeah, that was what you were confused about?
It was just the first time it came around, I was trying to think of, because obviously I wasn't listening, because you probably said that.
I don't know if I did,
No.
but I
if you-
should.
Well,
You mean-
I would just, that's all I'm saying, is that
Yeah.
it might be good to maybe always preface it. to-
Right.
set it
But
up
are
so
you
that
talking about
makes sense.
preface it in the context of the song, or preface it with a
A
The
little
pre-
verb.
to
Whatever
talk
you
about it before you play
Intro
it?
Yeah, just
No,
like,
we don't ever want to do that. We always want to write the song so that
As
you
it
don't
is.
have to preface
That's
it
right, that's
with the
right.
talk. Once you do that, it's not gonna unless you want to be ambiguous. But you do. This is right on the money, and
Yeah.
you want it to be clear. I think you gotta if you want to do what she said, you need to do it in that verse.
And
what you
that's
said, yeah, so maybe what she needs to do is be clear about it in that first verse.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Beth Nielsen, I gave this took place in a Beth Wilson, Nielsen Chapman and David Wilcox thing at Omega, and it was brand new then. It was really hard to sing it, and I was like crying.
What were their suggestions?
Okay, David sat on the floor in front of me. He said,
I know.
you know how
Yeah.
he said, I think this is your story. I think this is really about you, isn't it? I said, well, actually, it is. I mean, I had my own childhood abuse issues. And he said, you need to make it personal. You know, maybe put you in here, whatever. And then he said, or tell the story of April, like really put us in the classroom. Because I can remember really visually how she was behaving before it was time to get on the bus. I remember what she said to me, and I remember all of that. He goes, I want to be in the classroom when she comes to you and tells you that she's not going to go home that day.
Yeah.
I tried. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten there on that.
I think
but
you have to do that. This is fine, like it is. It's your experience you had, but if you want to make it into a great song, you gotta talk about that girl.
yeah.
You gotta just do it.
Yeah.
And single that person out.
Right.
And anything that you have that you can share in common with it, you can draw upon that.
That's what they pretty much said. Sweet.
And you get rid of all those numbers and stuff. It does. You don't really need to know those things.
Okay.
Just talk about that one incident and just, then.
Because I remember it
Yeah.
in detail.
Well, then write that. Yeah, all the other part of the song is talking about statistics, but you're doing it in a poetic way,
Yeah.
and you're fighting it so hard that those numbers are giving you a run for your money.
Right.
So just scrap it all.
Yeah.
Use that bridge as a chorus, but rewrite it.
Yeah.
And
And I can
then-
always save the melody for another song.
Exactly. And I'd write the chorus first. I'd work on that bridge, turn it into a chorus, and just make it so beautiful and so succinct, so tight, and then write the April story around it.
That's so readable. Yes.
Oh yeah, and you
Okay.
can make the text any size you want to, and
Yeah.
and also it works on phones. So I've got all my
Yeah.
songs in my pocket.
Yeah.
I've got mine on.
Yeah. Grace, it really does help, when you need it,
I already wrote that just now. Before it got to you, I wrote it, so I've got that covered.
but I can hook up to my
We just have
This song is something that's autobiographical for all of us, I think. And there was one particular part of the song, it's the last verse, that I actually witnessed happen recently and caused me to write the song. But I believe when I was a kid, I was not a sports kid, and the first verse is me. A little boy peers across the field. No one keeps their thoughts concealed. The others know he wants to play. They just look the other way. Cause he doesn't fit their recipe. They pretend that they don't see. He pretends the view's just fine. From the outside looking in. An old violin, front porch swing, rusty strings that have lost their ring. sets the bow when the strings resist. His twisted hands strain to persist. But no one hears the song that plays, or knows the loneliness it allays. Fills the silence at the end. It's played from the outside, looking in. Oh, we watch the scenes with stares so cold, though we'll never know what paves the roads of the lonely hearts, deep of the lonely hearts, so filled of the lonely hearts when on their search. A silent race so filled with hurt. On the outside. On the outside. There's a cutie perched up at the bar. Guys come around from near and far, and if they buy her drinks, she'll stay a while. So they pretend to hang on every smile. But in the shadows veil sits one less fair, who buys her all, and no one's aware of the loneliness that's deep within, as she just watches from the outside, looking in. Lonely hearts who in their search, their silent race so filled with hurt, are watching from the outside, looking in. From the outside, looking in.
Nice, man. Yeah.
I should have practiced that one maybe one.
Sounded good.
It sounded a little bit
Yeah.
low.